Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight we are looking at the world's best single pot still whiskey for 2020. So quite a accolade to be the world's best. I don't know who the competition was, but I was quite looking forward to tasting it, nosing it, giving my opinion on it, my humble opinion. And of course I saw it online at my online store. Only bought a sample. It will cost you around €85 for this no age statement whiskey. Quite expensive. And so I was a little bit curious to see what it was all about. So I got myself a wee dram. It is bottled at 50% ABV, which I really appreciated. Non-chill filtered. I did have a look, didn't find any information with regards to coloring, not on the bottle, not on the website. On the website they blow the horn of saying on non-chill filtered, but of course they didn't say anything about color added, so the presumption is that there must be some color added to the whiskey. So it is a mixture between a 50% barley and 50% unmalted barley. And of course the maturation is a little bit of a weird one. It's virgin American oak, and with a little bit of digging it tells me it's a I have to pronounce that correctly, it's a Chinkapin American oak. Not sure if I pronounce it correctly, but anyway, that is the maturation of it. So color-wise, we don't know about the color, but whatever they added, quite nice dark copper color. I do like it. There's a little bit of a viscous, if you give it a twirl in a glass, you get this long, slow, thick, viscous legs forming. So quite an oily one. So quite looking forward to tasting it. So on the nose, cheers. Now this is absolutely fantastic. The first thing that I get is that caramel, a little bit of a English toffee, a little bit of a butterscotch note, a sweetness to it, a lovely light sweetness. And then I get a little bit of a furniture polish. Oh, it is absolutely fantastic. A little bit of a woody note to it. A little bit like a stained, when you stain furniture with a high quality furniture polish, you get that little hint of that. It is 50% ABV. I do get the youthfulness of that 50% ABV, especially if you give it a little bit of a twirl. You get it, but it's not overpowering. If somebody would have said 46%, maybe even a little bit lower, I would not have guessed that it's 50% ABV. Not very complex on the nose. It is just that lovely sweetness of it. And a little bit of it light caramel notes coming out in the butterscotch. So complex wise, definitely not, but very nice to nose. On the taste, cheers. At 50%, you do not get that 50%. I would venture 43, maybe 45% ABV. So this is quite a dangerous one. It's a lovely sweetness to it. That butterscotch caramel toffee note is definitely still there. A little bit of an oily mouthfeel to it. Just want to make sure. There's a little bit of an oiliness to it, a little bit of a creamy note to it. But it reminds me so much of that toffee, English toffee. I really like this one. Let me just give it one more try. Like I said, this is quite a dangerous one. This is something, I also tried it last night, just to make sure I added a little bit of water to it. Not much. And I would not, well, I would not drink it with water. On the nose with water, it did bring down the nice aromas, the sweetness of it. And I do like the nose on it. Taste-wise with a little bit of water, but be careful, just add a little bit at a time. Couple of drops actually on this one is perfect. It does make the taste of it quite enjoyable. It does bring down a little bit of all that intense flavors when you add water, but it does take water well, but definitely not on the nose, more on the taste. So if you are not into something that's quite high ABV, try this one, a couple of drops of water, and see what is the level that you would like to drink it at. For me, absolutely neat. It's just perfect. I love the nose on it. I love the taste on it. I love that nice sweet aromas coming out. And of course, if there's something that you like, whiskey with a sweetness to it, there is a little bit of an oak, not much. Just make sure. Sometimes the oak tends to build up every time you go back. On this one, on the second sip, not so much. Maybe on the third sip. This is really nice. Absolutely. And of course, my son came home with some donuts. There's a new donut shop close to my house, and he went to take some pictures of it, and he bought a couple of donuts home. And I thought to myself, that is absolutely a perfect time to do a little bit of a whiskey and a little bit of a food pairing. My previous video that I made with a food pairing, I had some nice homemade cupcakes, and it was absolutely delicious. Now, going with the sweetness of it, I thought to myself, a little bit of a something that you can have with this one, especially with a donut. We cannot put another chocolate one. Well, he bought some nice chocolate ones. I put some photos up. So there's some chocolate, and there's a little bit of a blueberry one, and then there's a little bit of a lemon meringue or lemon tart flavor. And I thought to myself, that is going to be a perfect one, just to bring that sweetness one or two notches down. So the picture of it, this is what it looks like. Of course, I'm not going to eat the whole one. So I cut off myself some 2 pieces. So I have the blueberry one and I have the lemon one. So I'm going to start off with the lemon one, just to see the combination. A small piece, diabetes. So not really allowed, but cheers. This is nice. So you get that sweetness of the alcohol. You take a bite of the donut, and then you get that sweetness, and all of a sudden that little bit of a lemon lime coating hits you. You add a little bit of a whiskey, it quite mellows out everything. The sweetness, the alcohol, a little bit of an alcohol bite. Absolutely fantastic. One more. I'm just going to have the one. This is the piece of the blueberry one. I think that can also work. Cheers. Perfect. I think this one actually works a little bit better. It reminds me of those chocolates that you get years ago. I think you still get them with the alcohol inside. When you got the sweetness and all of a sudden it bursts open the little chocolate, and when the alcohol liquid runs out. Absolutely fantastic combination. This is definitely something I would recommend. Absolutely a fantastic winner of the world's best pot still whiskey. Totally agree on that. Loved it. I will recommend it. What do you think? Have you tried it? Definitely interested in buying a full bottle of this one. €85. It is a little bit expensive, but considering you have 50%, can add a little bit of water. This is not something that you're going to sip every day. especially a nice rainy day like today. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.